It's obvious.
Cajun Predator!
The day of the hairy freak or the fat slob is practically gone.
Let the party begin. I've got snacks.
Hey, look at us. We did it again. Another 7 days round the sun. Welcome to WCW Deep Cuts Live. My name is Tom. For the 100 and I believe 78th week in a row. My name, right there. Robert. Why is my sign on? Their sign's on. Open for business. Open for business, baby. You know who else is open for business? First off, thank you to Jonathan Mayer and Ghost of Burt Furnace for upping your subs. As we're getting started here for WCW Deep Cuts Live. We're every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern on Twitch Live. We gather to watch the forgotten quote-unquote television classics from World Championship Wrestling, the 1998 Pigeon. Thank you for upping your sub before we even get started. Now, I was saying before, I'm open for business. Check out my new shirts. Well, they've been up for a couple of weeks, but they're shirts nonetheless. You want to show folks, you know where the party begins, or brag that you are a member of the Erotic Eric Fontaine fan club, you can do so. Not that Tom Green.threadless.com. Now, speaking of the EEFFC, an adjacent group sharing members is the Weirdo Empire. Thank you to everybody who helps me out with membership stuff over on YouTube. Not just giving me your eyeballs, but also your dollars. You're all great. But you know who I like the most? Are the people that are in my Discord, tinyurl.com/Discord for Tom Green. You want to keep the chat going from the EFFC 24/7, 365. That's the place to do it, baby. Go there, join us, chat it up, chopping up. Chop, 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 chop. Now, okay. I'm trying to think of what else to say. Congrats to Cecil! Cecil is going to Scotland. That's right, Mystery Wrestling's going to Scotland, and they're taking him with them. So congrats to Cecil on being able to do something strange in front of the Scottish. They're gonna put him in a bag like Leo Rush the other night, and they're gonna send him. He's gonna pop out and he will do something that is slightly off kilter but extremely logical. That is the Cecil Nix way. Now we are going to watch a number of moments, matches, and memories from 1989 WC or NWA Power Hour, the first two episodes. And here's the thing. Because the edits of the shows we have are the 40-something minute versions without any commercials, I had to make a choice. Do I go a little bit over and throw a third one in, or do I find something else to put in the middle? Here's what I did. There's like a half-hour edit of the NWA Pro that aired the day after the first episode of the Power Hour. So we're gonna bounce. We're gonna do Power Hour, Pro from the next day, and then Power Hour. We should be on the home stretch. Well, I don't know why I did this. I'm not dabbing myself up. If I filmed myself dabbing myself up, then I'd be charging a lot more for this. But we're gonna be out of here by about 11 Eastern. So anyway, let's get moving. We've been talking for 4 minutes and there's been no wrestling. Let's go back to June 1989, the very first episode of NWA Power Hour. Let's go. All right, as always, let me know how things sound, how I sound, how the show sounds. Zach, thank you for upping that Prime sub, baby. Yes, Ghost of Burt Reynolds, a veteran now of the Mystery Wrestling Infinite Rumble. Almost called it the Infinite Gauntlet. I need to shrink this window a little bit. There we go. Hey, Rod, Till. Glad to hear I'm looking and sounding good. Thank you, Glitter Dust Girl. Poor Oor. I'm fooked, Mr. Hitman, on the poor Oor. You think Jim still coordinates his tie with his tennis racket when he's podcasting on his Xbox headset with Brian Last?
You didn't wear swim trunks, did you? I was going to tell all the kids to go to bed early in case I give them nightmares.
Forbidden Door, I liked it a lot. Liked it a whole lot. Oh shit! You're starting off heavy. That is sick. What the fuck is Paul wearing? Oh, I thought that was a suit. I thought he was wearing that fabric, that pattern, as a suit. Yeah, Cornette absolutely looks like a 45-year-old man at age 19, but he's also like 25 here. Paulie committing indie wrestling suicide by one of these numbers. Promoters always yell at you for doing that. Shout out Fatu. I mean, not really. Yeah, the Simone's coming out with the Halloween song's fucking dope. And weirdly not stereotypical for 1989. He is. He's wearing the Samoan waist strap like a shawl, and I fucking love it. But with all the smoke there, it looked like he was just wearing like a banana pattern suit, which would have been sick. Yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis, throw her up for Jamie Lee Curtis. 1-1. What was my match in the night? Forbidden Door. Fuck, there are a lot of them. Kenny and Zack Sabre Jr. was fucking awesome. I think Ospreay and Swerve was great, but it was a little too melodramatic at times, so I'm gonna go Zack Sabre Jr. and Kenny. Though, you know what match way over delivered was Pac, Edge, Shota Umino. That match was sick as hell. Moxley Bandito was really good too. I think that's the best Moxley match I've seen since World's End. Yes, RBH, this, you mentioned something I was going to mention earlier. So, this match is the opener on the first Power Hour. Would never happen after like 2 months. The first match would be like Paul Lee against the Z-Man 2 months later. Yeah, I like the Mercedes match. Maya World's literal costume was falling apart, and Mercedes got her through it. I gotta wonder how soft is the skin between Hawk's ram horns. I always wondered if, like, you touched them here. No, Stagwire, that's about a year after this. Oh. He tripped him right into Fatu's balls. This aired, I believe, at 10:30 at night on Friday. 10 or 10:30. Hey, Optimum Vision. Because the thing that people don't realize about Power Hour is for the first year or so, it was a Friday night show that would replay Saturday mornings. And then it just became a Saturday morning show because the ratings were as good or better on the replay.
The Samoans are not physically intimidated by the Warriors. Missing with a clothesline. Missing once again. Big. Oh, they collided like two Mack trucks.
As a kid, yeah, I'm with you. Ghost of Eternus. I thought everything was live. So I'm like, where the hell are these 9 a.m. wrestling shows happening? Where can I go to them?
He's calling somebody. Fine shoulder lock.
God, steroids used to be so cool. Now it's just something that like Logan Paul takes.
Lateral press 1, 2. And a save there by Sam Hill. Clothesline by Animal.
Superstars aired in the morning a lot of places. But some places it would air at night. It was syndication, baby.
The Freebirds, Gardner, Hayes, and Gordy.
We got 2 minutes of a match.
Calling for the bell.
That's right, Rev Ray. Midnight Fowler, thank you for upping that prime sub, my man. Much appreciated. And another reason why they stopped doing the Friday night airings was because the Braves played a lot on Fridays. Yep, we had Sunday Morning Superstars, WTTV, Channel 4. This is that era where Jimmy Garvin and Michael Hayes were so gassed up that they wouldn't sell for anybody. That's fucking amazing, Cecil. Kids catching on that wrestlers just do the same damn match all the time. I sat next to a kid at the Great American Bash 2006. That was the, oh my god, Paul Ellering is being bludgeoned and put to bed. Somebody thought the sleeve of the crackers was cocaine. Fuck yeah. Different party. That looks cozy. Yes, the dad thinking the show already aired was being taped now. It's time travel, man. But no, this kid sitting next to us at the Great American Bash was the elevated liver enzyme show where like a bunch of guys got taken off because there was some sort of screwiness with the drug testing. I remember telling him, like, man, it says on the internet, like, Great Khali and Bobby Lashley are not going to be here. And he's like, no, man. He's like 7 years old. And then when they announce they won't be there, the kid gets up real pissed off. And all he can think to say is, the internet's fake.
So you better watch out. Now coming up next, we're going to have none other than the Wrestling Network News with the legendary Gordon Soley, a man who...
The Wrestling Network News. I'm sure that's CNN stood for, like, cunt-serving network news. This is also the debut of WNN, which is exciting.
It's time now on the Power Hour for the only wrestling program covering the entire
Shout out Joe
wrestling world.
Pedicino.
It's time for the Wrestling News Network. Now let's go to Gordon Soley with this week's wrestling news.
Welcome to the
Gordon had to wake up.
And our lead story this week concerns World Championship Wrestling and the untimely turn of events by one Lex Luger. As you know, of course, at Fort Bragg, Lex Luger got into the ring ostensibly to help Rick.
I love that Gordon said that like he did it as a member of the military.
To then viciously attack this man. I think Lex Luger has finally shown his true colors.
So the reason why this logo sucks compared to the CNN one is because CNN would not let them use their logo as a basis. They didn't want to show any bias towards any other Turner company, so they had to make their own mock-up.
That'll be on July 1st, determining whether he will retire or defend his belt.
Jack Brickhouse doing WNN. He would just make us think everyone died.
Shocked the wrestling world by buying the contracts of Dangerous Dan and Sid Vicious from Gary Hart. And he says he will debut them here on World Championship Wrestling next week. Turning now to other
Gary Hart had the
movie
skyscrapers?
No Holds Barred, starring Hulk Hogan, is still getting rather mixed reviews in its second week. It
Nice.
is falling slightly, but
Love
it's
it.
still able to stay in the top 10. How much longer it will remain there is something.
Judas Effect, I said it already. Turner, CNN didn't want to let other Turner companies use their stuff. They didn't want to show bias.
Of the world-class board of directors, and that indeed promises many changes in Texas wrestling. Dustin Rhodes has won the Florida Heavyweight Championship in a
Hey, look at
controversial
that.
match with Al Perez. Dustin's the youngest man ever to win that title. And now
Gordon doing a solid for Dusty,
because
because Dusty was booked in Florida before going to the WWF.
Always been a discipline problem. He was ousted from the University of Miami for bad behavior, and has certainly proven that fact in the ring with this latest attack on Rick Steamboat.
They rubbed some weird bronzer all over Gordon to make sure you knew he was alive.
Bad things in front of him. That's the way it is for the rest
Correct,
of the
RPH. He's there, I think, by July. I have not. No Judas Effect. Revs Wizards, thank you for upping that sub, my man. Much appreciated.
Jim Cornette. Still to come, our big main event involving Terry Funk and Ricky Santana, and the very first Funk Grill with Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert. Right now,
Shout out to Jim Cornette for never going outside.
Boy Ric Flair at poolside, and again, I wasn't wearing the swimsuit. Thank the good Lord. You know, Ric Flair, probably the greatest heavyweight champion of the world of all time, and a lot of people have been wondering what's on his mind. Is he going to quit while he was on top, or is he going to battle back from the injuries he received at the hands of Terry Funk and come back?
Cornette looks like he's about to sell me the premium funeral package. Hey, wait. Iran Sports is following. Thank you for the follow.
Let's go now to Charlotte, North Carolina, and the home of the Nature Boy.
Certainly a pleasure to have the world's heavyweight champion here with us on the.
At least Rick has an excuse to not button up the shirt here.
Superstation TBS. But once again, at the home
Very awkward place to do an interview.
Backyard at poolside.
Hey, we're here just in front of the forest.
That's on Saturday, July the 1st. The National Wrestling Alliance and Ric Flair's legal counsel have made the decision that that will be the day that Rick will make the announcement to the fans, whether he'll be wrestling again or whether he'll be surrendering the championship.
What if he just blurted it out here?
7 days is going to be the longest week in your career.
There's no doubt about that, Jim. This has really
Ryan.
been a real hard thing for me to put together, not only for myself, but for my
Ric Flair's
future.
cutting a promo to
I'm at a
promote
real
his
crossroads,
announcement.
As you know, Jim, the biggest problem I have is I refuse to wrestle.
I would love to have one of those
anything less than
Bob
100%.
Barker long
The
boys.
National Wrestling
I love
Alliance,
those.
The World Heavyweight Championship is the most coveted trophy in sports. It deserves to be worn by a man that can compete at 100%. And on the other side of the coin, I refuse to give Terry Funk the satisfaction of coming after that belt if I'm not at 100%.
I refuse to give Terry Funk satisfaction as well.
What's right for me.
You know, speaking of Terry Funk and all the top 10 contenders in the NWA, there's a lot of controversy right now surrounding the.
Hello, Iran
NWA
Sports. Glad to
top
have you
10.
in the chat.
Most of that
We are all big fans of
controversy almost
WCW here.
rises to the top, the number one contender slot as far as
Exactly, Judas
Lex
Effect.
Luger and Ricky
Dude, if I can find a long boy
certainly, up for grabs.
that I can hook up to my computer, I'm getting one.
Well, as you know, the top 10 formula is
Right.
really the only way that the contenders can be classified and be put into a systematic order. Everybody wants to be the world champion. If you don't want to be the world champion, you don't belong in this sport. If you don't want to be the best at what you do, you don't
But
belong.
what if you're
at what
like,
you're doing. The bottom line
I don't
is
know,
there is only one world championship, and Luger has made his play now.
child?
Quite frankly, I'm surprised.
Can't be the world
There's
champion.
a change in Luger, but I don't underestimate what
Must suck for the lighting guy. The sun just came out.
World Heavyweight Championship.
As will Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, no doubt, who is still recognized, by the way, as the number one contender. And you know him better.
Should be.
I think you're exactly right. You know, Luger is concerned about that situation.
Well, what he's done now is
Everybody here
nobody
sounds
knows Steamboat
sad
better
to
than
be on
myself.
television.
He's got
Like they
Steamboat
just converted with
No doubt.
Jack
Well, Rick, I tell you,
Brickhouse
again,
before
we
the
wanna
camera
thank
went
you for
on.
taking your time to be with us, and
It's Jim Ross with Ric
certainly,
Flair,
we keep our fingers
and
crossed and wanna wish you the very
Magnum
best of
TA
luck, and I
might be
hope you have a
dead.
restful
We don't
week.
know yet,
We hope
but
to have that
sure sounds
announcement.
like
We'll
it.
have it on the Superstation here next Saturday night.
Hey, Mike.
And gosh,
Happy
you know, I
belated
wanted to say,
birthday.
I just hope that things work out good for you.
Well, Jim, whether I'm able to compete or not, you and I will be friends. I've made a lot of friends.
Why wouldn't they be friends? Whether I compete or not, we'll still be friends. Why? What would?
Knowing that I left on top, and
That's not a loose end that needed to be tied up.
But I want to thank the people out there that have supported me through this.
Yeah. Also, happy belated birthday to Yankee Hawk.
Ladies and gentlemen, those comments from the 6-time.
Listen, Ric Flair's neck is broken, but he's still fucked.
And again, next Saturday night right here on Superstation TBS on World Championship Wrestling, the Nature Boy will make the biggest announcement in his career. Reporting for the NWA Wrestling Power Hour, I'm Jim Ross.
That sun is moving. Did they record that promo like 10 feet away from the surface of the sun?
Or whether he intends, due to the injuries received at the hands of Terry Funk, to retire. But right now we've got
Jim, please blink. You're scaring me.
The fabulous Freebirds.
What was that? The fabulous Freebirds.
Hall and Ross are going to do everything they can to give the Freebirds a good, sharp battle.
Look at this transition. They're getting artsy. Look at Scott Hall's jacket here. Wow. Can you imagine him jumping over the rail? You might know who I am, but you don't know why I'm here. And he's rocking that bad boy? I love that Scott Hall's from Florida, like how, Tajiri was from Japan. They couldn't nail down an exact city in Florida he was born in. Just, I'm from Florida. Magnum SH. Like, seriously, Scott Hall shaves the mustache. Way different, dude. Tommy Young, the referee. No one's penis is going to stay out of their tights for too long. Yes, that was awesome, Cecil. When Vince was like, the fans will boo if they find out that Chris Jericho is from Canada. He has to be from Manhasset, New York. Or Benoit. When Benoit wins the world title. And they have, they immediately are like, he's from Atlanta now. And then they go to Edmonton the next pay-per-view and they treat him like the hometown hero. And I have to awkwardly be like, tonight he's from Edmonton. These marks have never heard of Pensacola. Oh my god, creepy. Yeah, what if fans find out the truth about Chris Benoit? He's Canadian.
25 or 30 men starting out in one ring.
See, the problem here is all the women that would find Scott Hall attractive here also would find Michael Hayes attractive. So they're completely splitting the young lady demo.
We'll see who the king of the hill will be on that particular night. Big Scott Hall with a side headlock on Michael P.S.
Hey, Myth Exists Spur. Hello.
Nice football tackle by Hall.
Brian, please do that. All my videos, straight essays in the comments about how he's really from Edmonton and this Atlanta crap. Yeah, please, let's get another fight going in the crowd. I think Michael's going to fight a fan because the fans aren't fighting each other. For real, Myth. Myth. Hell yeah, Myth for real. I think Michael Hayes would franchise any of these ladies. Agreed. Though I was watching some 1980 Georgia Championship Wrestling the other day with clean-shaven Michael Hayes, I get why he was so, like, cocksure. There was a short period where he was very attractive. And then, like, all the body hair and the face hair comes in, and it's like, brother. Well, I'm glad you found your way here, Myth. You can discover stuff with us. We're good, kind folks. Look at Scott Hall, that babyface frenzy. Yeah, I love these guys unironically high-fiving. Like, yeah, you did a hip toss.
Hayes talking over a little strategy perhaps there with Jimmy Garvin. We pick up that he said things aren't going right. That's an understatement. Hall and Ross, now the Ranger Ross tagging in. Saw Hall fared quite well on his initial outing with the Freebirds. Let's see how the Ranger does with his. Right headlock by Michael Hayes.
Jimmy is the oldest guy in this match. Wow. Ranger Ross is 29. His hairline did not know that. I do, Meth. I plugged it at the beginning. If someone wants to link it in the chat, I plugged the Discord up front.
It's quite a pairing indeed, somewhere along the line during the Great American Bash. Of course, we're all looking forward to the announcement from Nature Boy Ric Flair. He made the announcement as Hayes puts on the brake. Ranger gearing up. Nice drop kick, and out goes Hayes.
Look at Ranger Roscoe, the original PN News, like he would like to tell you.
Not intimidated by the status of the World Tag Team Champion. I was about to say that
He does look a lot like little baby Chris Jericho. Does Michael Hayes? Did Michael Hayes? Dude, Michael Hayes being in Legends of WrestleMania is so funny. Like, his credit at the bottom of the screen, the bottom third, should have just been Road Agent. Why ain't they got moving? Love this. Love this. It's the same old bullshit they did every night for like 15 years. And it still works. And Terry's on the floor just earning a paycheck, man. That's what he does. That's what he does, brother.
Jimmy Garvin will be tagged in and see if he'll do any better against the man that spent 8 years in the United States Army, the member of the rescue mission in Iran. Also,
Michael Hayes did a lot of headlocks. Dude had like 3 holds. Larry Zbyszko. Nobody touches Larry Zbyszko when it comes to the stalling, man. Because he doesn't really even like flail around like other heels do when he stalls. He stays in one place, motionless almost. Also, the Freebirds are doing a lot here for Ranger Ross and old Scott Hall. Also, very plain tights for the Freebirds. Even going back to like the early mid-'80s, they would get some funky designs. It's a strange call to just have blue tights on. That could be Reverie. You might be onto something. Hey, there's a drop kick. I love Scott Hall walking in like, yeah! My partner did drop kicks.
Showing that they came here with nothing in mind but to upset the World Tag Team Champions. I tell you something, in matches like this where you have a team that is relatively unsung, as Ross and Hall are,
or, you know, had never literally teamed before. Yeah, I gotta say, Scott. That's why this Scott Hall was a really good NWO member. He was proud of his boys. Scott Norton beats Lodi. He's there. He's throwing up the too sweet. Oh! Okay, that was good. I don't know if you guys saw that. Michael Hayes goes for the knee through the ropes. Ranger Ross is nowhere near him. And just like literally, like legit falls out of the ring. That was awesome. They were both expecting the knee. But the positioning could not have been worse. It still worked out though. Shout out Cosmic Energy. Steve Andre Neptune, man, thank you for upping that sub, baby. A lot of appearances from the Gambler tonight in that upper right-hand corner. Glad to see it. Just punching them right in the balls. Raking them right in the eyes. Tommy Young, man, what are you doing? You see him, he's like, get out of here. Yeah, Scott was a good morale guy on a team. A personality hire. I guarantee you that's what happened. Thinking about it, Reverie, I guarantee you. Dusty loved his films. I just love watching Scott Hall in the corner here, like reacting like a 16-bit like video game character in the background.
35 to 40 stars in every lineup. Many of them featuring a two-ring triple chance battle royals. It's just a night you can't miss. And a lateral press there, and Garvin got two out of it before the Ranger kicks out. Nice movement from his NWA stars. And a collision there.
That's exactly what I was thinking of, Ace in Exile. Speaking of games, thank you to everybody that tuned in Saturday. We did that impromptu video game stream. Noli figured out how to get some PS2 games streaming on this bad boy. So we might do that more often. Some more video game streams. Maybe with he wants to do them. I might do some by myself. That was fun. Also, fucking chaos. Fucking chaos. At one point, I had a child on my head and a child like shoving me. I don't know, guys, don't apologize for missing it. I literally didn't plan on doing that. Literally did not plan on doing that. So the fact that we had like 30 people show up was awesome. Yeah, dude. The reason why that I clipped that short. Hey, Reverie, thank you for upping that sub. God, he almost, if he would have remembered, he totally would have said fuck ice. Yeah, the clip, I clipped it because I figured he was going to say something dumb and 12-year-old like when he did his sign off, and he's like, no, guys, just be cool to each other. Don't make people do too much work. And then Eric's like, hey man, eat your vegetables. And Noli's like, yep. It's great. I do for Virtual Pro 2 in the future. I've got a Wrestle Kingdom 2, which I'm slowly learning how to play. Well, thank you, Glitter Dust Girl. I hope I am. Michael, there was a version of that I think Michael Hayes did at Wrestle War 89 that's like the coolest finish going. I should get Rumble Roses. We played SmackDown 2 just because it was an easy game for him to pick up and play. He saw a video about the backyard wrestling games. He wants to play those.
Let's go to Funk's Grill.
Funk's Grill.
Are you people ready for something new? Are you
Yeah, it does look like it's just one L. Or Funk's Girly.
afternoon shows? Well, now we have something special.
Love Terry's little, like, push broom earring.
We have Funk's Grill.
Why do we have pop-up video comments from Jim Cornette? Also, why hasn't that been a thing on YouTube? Like, I think Cornette would love to do that. I've asked Stash Pages to make a Funk's Grill sign. So far, nothing, but maybe in the future.
Come on down, Missy Hyatt.
This will not get inappropriate at all. She's wearing Scott Halt's jacket from earlier.
You look so beautiful today. You know,
Stop touching her.
if Ric Flair and I wrestle today, Missy, you know you're the #1 guest. Would you go
Look
ahead
at
and,
the size
I can
of
beat
that
man? Which
belt
do you
buckle.
think would win the world championship?
Nature Boy Ric Flair.
You know, Missy, if you were a man, I might go ahead and slap you around, but being a beautiful woman, you have a right to an opinion. And you are
Yes, Brian, that's
truly
absolutely the
beautiful
plan.
woman.
To
With
do some
the name
horrific
Missy,
shit with my kids on stream.
Hyatt,
I don't,
almost
so...
like a show business name.
What is up with the Jim Cornette captions?
I'm sure everybody's thought about it one time or the other.
Jim C.
You know, I've been on the silver screen a lot of times. I've been on a lot of different things, you know, and I'm a pretty
I've been on a lot of different
performer on the
things.
silver screen, and I
That's
know
a
lot of
great line. I've been on a lot of different things. Incident 73, thank you for upping that sub.
I'm sure everybody'd like to.
You know, you have to say some things you don't really mean, though. You know, could you possibly say that just playing movie like? Could you say that Terry?
Yeah, this is
Funk
woke Terry
better
Funk
than Ric
letting
Flair?
women have opinions.
Well, say it.
Good point.
Just playing.
Terry Funk, you're a better wrestler than Ric Flair.
That is so wonderful of you. You know, we might even have to go a little bit further. Like they have some romantic scenes. You know, how about putting your arm around me, Missy, right there, and one right over there. And how about trying a little acting and seeing if you can squeeze me gently?
Hold on, Missy. The cavalry is on its way to save you from this loony. I don't like the idea of the pop-up video spoiling the segment.
Well, I was just thinking about.
I love the idea that everyone is fully dressed except for Scott Steiner. Scott Steiner's just like, I look awesome? Why wear clothes?
How do you like that, silly? You guys are so silly.
We gotta bring that back. We gotta bring that back. Hey, and Terry's gonna wrestle in a second. During the commercial break, he's gonna take off his clothes.
There are 3 good reasons to...
Fuck you, commercials.
On this week's Power Hour, it's time for our TV main event.
I love that we started with the Road Warriors and Simone SWAT team, and we're ending with essentially a squash match. Yeah, Ricky Santana, they were trying to make a thing out of Ricky Santana at the time. Also a big fan of them just being like, fuck it, we're not even going to pretend this is from the same show.
Ricky Santana in the ring against a former NWA heavyweight title holder, the greatest of all time, Funk.
Every time I hear Lance Russell, oh, Stagwire, thank you for upping that Prime sub. Hell yeah. Terry's trying to win the Royal Rumble here. It's so weird hearing Lance Russell on NWA shows. I no matter how many times, no matter how many times I hear it. And he was there for, oh my gosh, he was there for a while. Hey, Gio. I am alive. That's a Cecil thing to do a two-man rumble. It'd be even funnier to do a two-man rumble with entries. Like, each man walks in every 2 minutes. Yes. 5 out of 9 falls two-man rumble. Cecil did do that. Cecil's done every match. Cecil's made up every match. Every silly, dumb idea you have watching wrestling, Cecil does it. That's what's great about having Cecil here. Oh my god! Cameraman just died. Is we'll see something stupid or silly or like an accident, and then Cecil will go and actually do something similar on a real show. Hell yeah, Cecil. Lance Russell was in WCW until like fall of '92. He had just started with the NWA. Look at Ricky Santana go. He's punching and dancing. He's a communist. Fucking socialist fuck. Better watch out or he'll be the mayor of New York. Look at Terry. This is awesome. Terry, by the way, Terry's back is broken here. You can't tell because he's amazing. See, the funny thing about the empty arena match mid-show is Ian Rotten did that once. He got so mad at Z-Bar for being an asshole staying at his house that when Z-Bar came up to wrestle, I think it was 2007, before Z-Bar walks out, he's like, hey guys, just leave for a match. Just go do something else. And so Z-Bar comes out and there's nobody there. Like, as a she didn't know. And he's furious. It's amazing. He's so mad that, I guess he walked to the airport. He got done with his match and just walked to the airport. Yeah, it's insane what Terry Funk is doing here. Like, there's all these stories about how, like, Terry would have to, like, get 2 plane seats and lay out because he was in such agony between bookings. And then he's out here taking tailbone bumps on the concrete. And I think other than, like, 2 weeks in October, he works a full schedule. This is why Terry is the best ever, man. Like, with all due respect, Ricky Santana's good. Nobody's thinking Ricky Santana's gonna have a match like this. Yeah, man, Ricky Santana's been around forever. Yeah, he had to sit backwards in the seat. And, like, I know Meltzer said on more than one occasion, like, he would have to, like, lay down sideways to just get through the flight. Oh, Terry Funk's crazier than McFoley. Yeah, I not the blood, not the barbed wire, none of that. It's just, I mean, dude was doing indies in, like, his, like, a couple of years before he died. Where he'd be like, oh, I'm just gonna go out there and cut a promo. And then he would, like, work a full match. Like, there's an AIW show. Wheels for Me, thank you for the follow. Shout out Justin with the raid. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What up, Raiders? As long as you're not room raiders. I don't want you going through my bedroom with a black light. I've been doing some weird shit. Oh my, that was a great bump. This man is in agony. In agony. I love that they're working this like a Hollywood movie boxing match. Terry Tuesdays, hell yeah. Shout out my pal Joe Sposto. I'm so sorry you guys did not get to witness anything as good as Terry Funk versus Ricky Santana on Justin's stream. Dude, Terry Funk loved to just sell and bump and sell and bump. That was awesome for enhancement guys. And Ricky Santana wasn't really an enhancement guy. They did kind of try to do something with them at this time. But we have seen a number of Al Green Van Hammer matches on our streams. Oh my gosh. I bet you that's not the finish. Because unlike what old fogies say on podcasts, the pile driver was not ever protected like they think it was. Yeah, no, he's just going to the next spot. Because Terry Funk fucking rules. A lot of blue, yeah. What the fuck is Tommy Young doing? Hey, you can't do wrestling moves. How dare you? Shit, it was the finish. I look like a moron now. I look like a dipshit. Man. Fuck the old veteran wrestlers. Oh my gosh. I've told people before. Terry Funk would be the series finale of the Why They Rule series. Because Terry Funk's the best wrestler of all time. So if I do Terry Funk, I can't do anybody else after. Oh shit, is that Jumbo Beretta? Our boy? Hip Hop Superstar? Yeah, no, I guarantee you, if this match was on Dynamite tomorrow, guarantee you the next day I'm busted open. Look, Greca! This guy is killing everything we set. The storytelling we laid the path for in ECW, in WWE. This guy is shitting all over it. My LaGreca's, my Bubba's not as good as David Vixen's bands. It is so funny that all of these dudes that came up learning under Terry Funk would fucking hate Terry Funk if he came around now. They're my not favorite main eventers from pre... That's a very loaded question. There are a million wrestlers from that point. Yeah, no, that's the thing. I don't listen to Busted Open. It is, if boring dads liked, what the fuck is this? The Steiners? What's their problem with Terry Funk? If boring dads that worked at like AutoZone liked wrestling, Busted Open would be the thing they would play on the radio there. Like, I think the Steiners would actually kill Terry Funk, and he would ask them to. Exactly, Ghost of Bert Prentice. That's the funniest part. Yes, Cecil. That's every clip I see of Busted Open. The one dude, LaGreca, is screaming and yelling about shit. And Bubba's like, it's all about the heat, LaGreca. And Tommy's like all shriveled in the corner like a fucking troll. Hey guys, watch TNA Impact Thursday nights.
professionalism, due to the class that he's shown in the face of all kind of adversity, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat is the wrestler of the week this week. I think we ought to congratulate Ricky Steamboat.
Like my buddy Marty DeRosa refers to it as Garage Dad Wrestling Radio.
We got a great program for him tomorrow night. This weekend's going to be a hot one. We're going to have a live interview with Sting. We're also going to have a 6-man tag match featuring the Midnight.
Knowing Tommy, he totally is still plugging TNA. Exactly, Cecil. Bubba Dudley fucked up Ring of Honor. Tommy Dreamer, he didn't fuck up TNA, but he kept fucking up TNA. Mark Henry, from everything I've heard, was like the shittiest quasi-agent in AEW. Yeah, Cornette's not a busted open guy, but yeah.
The Midnight always wanted to do charity work. We heard about a home for unwed mothers that was going out of business, so Bobby and Stan are going to go supply them with some more unwed mothers. Have you talked to Rob Lowe lately? He was trying to call you there at the office. I think he's got a tape of yours or something to give back. Well, he sent it back to me. I got it in the mail. All right, fans, thanks for being with us. We'll see you tomorrow night at 6:05 here on Super.
All right. So before we go to, I'm gonna watch some NWA Pro, like I said before. But hey, before we go to it, I'm back Sunday. Off the Grid's back. Tony Khan didn't take another Sunday from me. This one's been requested by a few folks in the Discord. This is what we're watching Sunday night at 8.
You're going down, Daddy-O, because my name's Brian Knobbs, and I am one of the nasty boys, and I have the cutest person standing in my corner, Jerry Saxey.
So that is Sunday. We'll get to that Sunday evening, 8 p.m. Eastern. We're going to New Zealand. The main event. It is weird as shit. I've watched a little bit of it to prep some of the social media promo clips. It is so strange. So strange, y'all.
Hi, wrestling fans. Welcome to NWA Pro Wrestling. Television's most
Holy shit, what a weird team. Like,
Like
imagining these two working in the same place at the same time.
Well, what a surprise and what a shock when he got there.
I don't post a link because if you're you follow me on Twitch, you should get an alert.
Captain Mike Rotunda and Kevin Sullivan against the Steiners. Rick and Scott Steiner.
Yeah, these are the guys that you walk into the barbershop with your dad and they're sitting there, they're chatting up wrestling. These are the guys to listen to.
Known about his future right here on NWA Pro. Now we'll be hearing more about that a little bit later.
Where are they broadcasting? Are they instead of a spaceship?
World Tag Champs got crowned, and hot stuff Eddie Gilbert.
Is Lance Russell and us an astronaut?
All of that today.
Fans, that and more. And let me remind you right here, get your pencil and paper because a little later during the hour.
Shit, I gotta get my pencil and paper.
The A&W Cream Soda King of the Slams. Right now, let's go to the ring. In the ring, right.
There's one guy doing one of these. One of these. Hey! Good night. It's crazy. They have multiple fake Magnum TAs in the promotion Magnum T. Oh my god. Oh my. He not only does he have the king of all mullets, he crimped that baby. Oh shit. This is gonna get real cheesy. That is incredible. And the fact that he, for his intro, just left the back of his head pointed at the camera tells you he's proud of that thing. He knows what he has. And you are not gonna tell him that it is anything other than king tier, baby. Like, this is a mullet squash match. Mullet mania, as Red Wolf Sam said. They surfboard. They surfboard.
And I tell you, defeat is not in their category.
This is a day after the last episode. So we watched Power Hour. This aired the morning after on Pro. I had to squeeze in something short in between the two episodes of Power Hour to fill out the 2 hours. He has to roadie for Iron Maiden. I think Johnny Ace went back to Japan. Hey, Mrs. Baba, there's this guy, real good hair. Need to bring him over. Their gear does look like watermelons. Shit, I can't unsee it now. Can't unsee it, Ace. He missed the tag. You see that? How do you miss a tag? Look at Teddy's shirt. There is fashion happening all around us. Bringing in Keith Steinborn to wrestle the Dynamic Dudes would never happen in the WWF because it's like bringing in El Gigante to wrestle Andre. It just wouldn't happen. Oh, fuck! We got us a stunner in 1989. Sorry, Ace Crusher. See, that's how I know wrestling's fake. If he lands on that mullet, he's not feeling a thing. What a segment of wrestling we saw there. We couldn't even see the mullet covered up the old lady bathing suit strap on the back of Keith Steinborn's mullet. I think it was a stunner because Johnny Ace landed all flat on his ass. It was Mark Smith. I don't think Mark Smith... Oh my god. Oh no. Keith was out of action for 2 weeks with a dislocated hairdo. Oh my god. We're about to watch Murder. Murder, baby. You know all those like other streamers that watch like Monday Night Raw and go, oh my god, it's Austin Theory. Ah, that's how I feel about Sid wrestling somebody I've never heard of. Oh god, he can't even sell an eye poke. This is gonna be awful for him. He's gonna land on his head. I love the guys in the crowd there. Oh yeah. Oh. Okay, it was relatively safe, but he got really high there. Look at Sid. He doesn't give a shit. He doesn't give a shit. He's a babyface in his mind. Big Sid Vicious. I have not seen it. Justin. It's top dollar. It's Enzo. Enzo's in TNA. Real one. And the guy in the back that's doing this. Doing a diss. How are his tights on crooked? The waistband on his tights goes this way. Oh. That looked like it sucked. He's like, one more? The powerbomb's not the finish. Why did he do a leg drop as a finish? That guy didn't die as bad as I wanted him to, but...
Something we've been waiting for, Captain Mike and myself. The last 2 members of the Varsity Club, today on TV, get to meet the Moron Brothers.
The Moron Brothers.
Today on television.
Yeah, that's so weird. Sid was like, hey guys, I really want to wrestle Hulk Hogan.
We're the force to be reckoned with in the NWA. You know something? There's nothing we like better than beating up a pair of brothers that are morons.
Morons. Yes. We're just in jobber heaven. Fred Avery, a classic great WCW enhancement wrestler. We had Mike Smith. Ranger Ross. He's going to do a super kick. We had Keith Steinborn in the opener. This is wrestling. This is wrestling. When it was good. Shout out Scotland Green, Thursdays, 9 p.m. Eastern, twitch.tv/Mr. Green Miss. Check out the Pro Wrestling Potluck. Doing the Lord's work over there. The Icon, thank you for the follow. Fred Avery, who Terry Funk fucking hated for some reason. We are protecting America from the Harry. Nick Patrick could not be leaning on the ropes anymore if they were attached to his leg.
The fireman's carry throw, and before he finished it, he was into the arm bar, drops down with the leg. And
yeah, Terry Funk was so nice to everyone on commentary, except for Fred Avery. He would go, this big fat piece of shit. Nick Patrick was like, get him off the ropes. She's with me. I'm a big Fred Avery guy because he seems like he does not know what he's going to do next. Hey man, I'm not the enhancement guy. You go out of the ring. I love all the old guys in the front row like, this guy's gonna lose. Yeah, Fred Avery's definitely a shitty bar bouncer. Like a guy who loses fights against the drunk people. Yes, Brian nailed it. Combat kick. Boom. Barfly number 2, Fred Avery. Yeah, that's the good. Brian nailed it up. That's the definition of a great enhancement wrestler. You have to be either fridge shape or match shape. I should be able to rub you on a piece of flypaper and set you on fire. Exact. Cecil nailed it too. He gets. Oh my! Look at the bump. Why did he do the splits? I didn't even notice that. How do you do the splits off of a super kick? Also, real shitty editing. Bucky Siegler. See, he looks too good to be an enhancement wrestler. He has too much confidence. Oh, we got Muda. My boy Muda. If you haven't done so already, check out my brief history of Great Muda video on YouTube.
Where they flip a coin to see whether it's going to be a Dragon Sky match of the Great Muta or a Coal Miner's Glove match of Eddie Gilbert. That's right, Lance. In the Great
I believe they're not talking about the Great American Match pay-per-view. I think they're talking about the live shows. Thank you, Low Dog. Why did WCW get rid of this theme? Because they like fun. They dislike fun. They hate fun. Because it didn't sound racist enough. Gary Hart dressed like a rich guy whose 2-hour tour boat crashed on an island. Look at Bucky Siegler go. Muda being way too nice to him here.
Back into the ring comes Ziegler, and Muta is waiting on him.
Look at Muta, man. I'm telling you, wrestling fucking changed when this guy hit TV. Brian pops me big with the St. Elsewhere reference. Bucky Siegler does kind of look like the Lance Von Erich of Armstrongs. Yes, I absolutely do, Cecil. He absolutely would buy tickets to indie shows just to go up to the wrestlers on the show. There was a guy like that used to go to IWA shows in Midlothian, Illinois. Used to brag that he did some jobs on WWF Wrestling Challenge in the 80s. Wore like a hood, like a gray hoodie. Always had his hands in the pockets. You know, Darren Corbin. I used to do some of this wrestling stuff. I wrestled Hacksaw Jim Duggan on television.
Well, I tell you, this man undefeated in the NWA. Can Eddie Gilbert do it? Either in the Dragon Shy match or the Coal
I cannot get over that they called his shit the Dragon Shy match. That's awesome. Was that guy's name Anyball.tv? Yeah, I love the former WWF star on the flyer, and it's like, oh, that guy did a heat match once against Johnny Parisi. We can't call it the Dragon shit match. Okay, just take the T off. I think you told me that before, Brian. That's adorable. 2, 3 Muta wins. I did. I used to go to IWA shows in Midlothian, Illinois, at the Midlow Dome, aka the Parks and Rec Center. Dragon Shy was a Kabuki gimmick. Got it. So it was a stupid thing. They made it for Kabuki, and then because Muta was the son of Kabuki. I think Muta would be down if you asked him. So I think Muta would be down. You just have to be careful with his knees. But I think he'd be down to let you carry him.
Hello, Boston.
Hey.
Welcome back to Joe Pedicino Knows right here.
We're all in Boston.
Now, in just a second, we are going to talk about the entire Great American Bash card coming to the Boston Gardens on July 8th, brought to you by Schaefer and Schaefer Light Beer. But first, I want to tell you about a letter that I got.
Always love a good beer. Never heard of.
They asked me to explain the two-ring battle royal concept. In Boston,
they
Gardens,
asked me to
put 2 rings side by side. We'll put up to 30 men in the first ring and have a full-blown battle royal.
Full-blown.
All of the men who were eliminated will go into
not one of those halfway battle royals.
Battle royal. The final 2 men, one in each ring, will face each other for $25,000.
What is this?
And the right to
what are they doing?
in Boston Gardens. Let's take a look at the entire card, and then we'll be back with one of the top.
Don't threaten me, Joe.
In one of the greatest announcements in wrestling history, the NWA.
Hey, Joe pitched to Joe. The 2
Gardens,
rings are conjoined twins.
For our fans watching right here in the Boston area, Saturday, July the 8th is the date. 8 p.m. is the starting time. And yes, the Great American Bash will be coming to Boston Gardens. It's a triple crown.
It's funny because I always heard that Joe and Bert didn't like each other, Red Wolf Sam. It's no Joe Brony, it's Joe Pedicino. He was the host and producer of the famous Atlanta Wrestling Block, and the guy that got the ball rolling on the Global Wrestling Federation.
Going against the Great Muta. You'll see the Midnight Express and Jim Cornette take on the Fabulous Freebirds right here in the Boston Gardens. A Boston street fight. Rick Steiner goes up against Boston's own Kevin Sullivan. Battle of the Bulls finds Dr. Death against Terry Gordy. 6 more matches. We'll tell you next week, but make your plans. Saturday, July 8th.
Make my plans. We got to make plans, guys. Who's driving? Who's driving who? We got to get carpool set up.
Rick Steiner, ask any of my relatives. They know no one ever whipped me in the streets of Boston, and I ain't going to get whipped in my hometown by a moron.
My moron. He fucking loved that word. It's a good word for Kevin Sullivan. Kevin Sullivan makes moron work. I love that Randy Rose, because he was, Bob Emery, hell yeah. Because he was in the original Midnight Express. He just got to stay from the dark side forever. New Zealand Militia, before they became knighted.
The New Zealand Militia, Jacko Victory and Rip Morgan decked out in their New Zealand gear to go against Randy Rose and his partner, Bob Emery. We've been talking, Bob, you and I, about what a contrast there is with the dynamic dudes and these big guys from New Zealand, huh?
What if Necro Butcher was in the New Zealand Militia? Yes. I love the boots. Big fan of the boots that Jack Victory and Rip Morgan are wearing.
30 seconds, you guys don't even introduce me. Wasn't know if my mic was on yet, huh? Unfortunately, in the ring right now, Jacko Victory pounding away on Randy Rose. Randy Rose slips out of the
So I started watching World Class. World Class from '88 has been like a blind spot for me, and not watched a lot of it, other than the clips they would show on like the ESPN Best of shows when I was a kid. So I started watching that the other day. Jack Victory could not be a more different character than he was a year before this. Yeah, their New Zealand gear, they're literally just wearing camo and fur.
Surfers hope to match up against two animalistic professional wrestlers who are in there to fight, who are in there to win.
And they're to fight. Yeah, Randy Rose kind of falls off the face of the planet. I think Randy Rose, because like Randy Rose and Jack Victory kind of did a little bit of a thing after the original Midnight Split, because Jack Victory was the fill-in on that show where they lost and had to split up. But then, like, just a couple weeks later, it's like, whatever. Jack Victory is a pushed guy, Randy Rose is not. Yeah, Boomerangs are Australian, not from New Zealand. This is literally just a bit from Flight of the Conchords. Eric Embry, I believe is who you mean Jim Parsons presented. Eric Embry fucking ruled. Like, the point I'm watching right now, he's been feuding with Steve Simpson for the light heavyweight title, and he's such a good heel. So good. Amazing. Why hasn't that been more of a thing in wrestling? It's such a good prop. You can't even hide Jack Victory's ass in baggy camo shorts. Canteen Boy. Low Dog, let's just say if you look up World Class TV on YouTube, it's there. And it's in the same quality it was before it was all taken down. I'm not out in whose channel it's on, but you can find it very easily. Double Gourd Buster. Nick Patrick could not be further away from the pin. He might as well have just walked up the ramp and laid down and counted the pin. Yeah, Mick Foley was the one that put in his book randomly, yeah, Eric Embry likes being naked. Yeah, let's choke him with the boomerang. All sorts of weird stereotype shit going on from other countries. Hey, it's the Dynamic Dudes. These teams feuded for fucking ever. And it was just the Dynamic Dudes winning every match. Webster J. Vance, glad to see you in the chat. Wow, indeed.
Now, there you go, you people taking up all
you people?
Again, but I'm out here to say three things.
You can't say that, Teddy. Granted, normally it would be someone that looks like me saying that to you. I will not say that.
And I especially don't want anybody booing me. And I've got one of the biggest surprises you ever want to see. I'm going to unveil one of the greatest professional wrestling teams.
He's going to give everyone Viagra.
You'll find out why I've been scouting.
That was Kinoto. That was Rip Rogers.
Known right here on this program, the first week in July. Well, the world champion also had some comments and some things that he wanted to say to all you wrestling fans. Here is the world champion.
I was talking to Ric Flair. We were hanging out with Jesse Helms earlier.
You are all aware of the fact that July 1st is a date agreed upon between myself.
They made him film so much footage wearing that outfit with the neck brace.
Or whether or not I would surrender the title. The bottom line right now is that next week, 7 days from now, I have to render a decision. It's been 6 weeks.
I bet you that's exactly what happened. This was supposed to be outside. And they were like, dude, this sun is fucking crazy today.
Not being able to compete, not being able to do anything about the problems that exist right now. We all know what they are.
Good point, Justin.
Ric
Yes.
Flair is an athlete that refuses to be anything less than 100%, and I won't give Terry Funk or anybody else the satisfaction of beating me for that title if I'm not 100%. I hope next week to be able to tell you that I'll be in there because I want to be in there. But the bottom line is I've got to do...
I wonder if Ric Flair knows anything about that painting behind him.
Thank you very much.
Oh God, we got a mass pervert.
Introducing first of all to my right, the Raider.
The Raider! That's what I'm going to imagine from now on, Justin, when you raid me. What all of your viewers look like. Just perverts in bodysuits. The Raider against Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Ricky Steamboat accompanied by Cop. Boo!
The Dragon, Ricky Steamboat, Bob.
And a real gentleman, too, Lance Russell, no doubt about it. And certainly a family man. He places a lot of emphasis on the family, does Rick Steamboat. And you talk about being the former world champion.
I love so much of Rick Steamboat's character in this era was he doesn't fuck around on his wife. And then it turned out he fucked around on his wife a lot. Yeah, we should send Mark Lawrence a birthday card that's just a picture of a back porch with the word Tessa. Or back swing, I believe is what he referred to as. Or butt, rather. See, AB includes Steamboat. I'll text Scotland. We'll just be like, hey dude, here's an out of context episode title. Perverts in bodysuits. God, Nick Patrick's fucking lazy. The bodysuit is absolutely to cover up the weird boners this guy's getting from being wrestled around. Yeah, this is absolutely the most black anyone has ever worn without looking goth. Absolutely right. When the guy named Dick Blood is not the pervert. Exactly. Oh! I don't know how to explain why I'm coming to this conclusion. Ricky Steamboat has a little boy mullet. It might be Doug. It's built like Doug Gilbert. I don't know why Doug Gilbert wouldn't just wrestle unmasked, but... I was gonna say, that's not a ladder, Lance. Not a ladder. He's front row. Hey! Try somebody booing him. That you nailed it, Justin, yes. Eddie deserves a baby face, but man, those Gilberts are wily. Oh, so you ever met a kid who's a real dickhead and his brother's a sweetheart? That could totally happen. In a way, Eddie Gilbert just beat the Dark Patriot. Joe Pedicino is all over this show. What is up with Joe's little hand things he's doing? He's just acting out the Bye 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 video. There's no way that's a real person.
They will win trips for two to the Baltimore Bash, plus a VCR and a set of wrestling tapes. Our second place winners for this week,
my first tape trading set.
Chicago, Illinois, and George F. Fox, the fourth of Hampstead, North
George
Carolina.
F. Fox,
They
the
will win
fourth.
trips for the Bash for two.
Some guy named George was like, this is a good name.
Let's take a look at
Need to
the
keep that
NWA
shit
top
going.
10. Then we've got some very special
I think Bonnie might have been producing the wrestling block. Shadow producing it. Look at this guy. Premier? Look at that shadeography. But I believe he called himself the #1 premier wrestler. Like, you don't have to pay for him. Our hometown hero. We are in Boston. That ring announcer is tiny. Kevin Sullivan is a head taller than that guy. Oh shit, they're coming out to hot stuff because they're Eddie's boys. Brother, you can tell Lance Russell hangs around wrestlers. Gary to Miguel Capetta. There's a ring, I cannot get over how small that ring announcer was. Kevin Sullivan's what, 5'5"?
Wanting to know what is the champion going to do and what are his plans for the future. Well, there's a lot of
What is the champion going to do?
We'll hear it. We'll wait.
He will drink.
Okay, I want to get right here on this match because we've got the Steiners. Rick and Scott the younger brother, and Mike Rotunda, Captain Mike, and Coach Kevin Sullivan, and listen to the crowd.
Yeah, it is weird. Like, Scott only wore the tights for about half a year. In WCW, at least. He wore them longer before he got there. It is so weird seeing him in little trunkies. Seriously, that guy had to be a child. A drunk child. Oh no, Cecil, I'm so sorry. That sucks. Fuck thunderstorms. If you were an old wrestling promoter, you would squash somebody named Thunderstorm the next show. I love that their babyface shine is just, we're gonna climb on you and beat the fuck out of you. Teddy Long writing fanfic at ringside.
We talk about the great things, you know. You're going to be seeing Norman around in there. There's a guy that doesn't have an elevator, much less going all the way to the top.
I wish I had an elevator. Thunderstorm is... I was trying to think of a joke for London and Storm, but I couldn't. Couldn't make it work, so you nailed it. Thunderstorm. There should be a third brother in that group. Oh, okay, that was a roll. Should be a mini.
Coming up. And what about Lex Luger? That's something I really don't understand either, Lance. And, you know, Lex Luger...
Oh, he's biting him. Brian, thank you for upping your sub. Brian, not a better friend could be had than Brian Dermody. He really needs supervision when coming up with names.
And it's going to be hot throughout the Great American Bay.
Good, solid fireman's carry move, and Rick Steiner better have a talk with Alex there. A dandy coming out of the Syracuse place.
He's a dandy.
But Steiner takes him to the rope.
What if he was Dandy Mike Rotunda?
Now Steiner takes him.
Like, doesn't change anything else. You just, his nickname's Dandy. Dandy Mike.
And he almost had it, but Rotunda with a right shoulder up grabs the hair as
God, I hate that Rick Steiner and I have the same hair if we grow it out.
He's got to get out one way or the other. He just was biting Rotunda right on the arm and on the wrist. Now goes over to have a word or two with the referee. Grab him by the top of the hair. Here's a man that for his size, I don't think there's anybody in the world any stronger, any more powerful for his size than this man right here, Rick Steiner.
Look at the upper body this guy has on him. He is something else. Standing side head takes him to the corner. Kevin Sullivan, another one that has a lot of that power right in the upper body, comes in behind Rick Steiner, hooks him with that reverse chin lock, and he's got it definitely on the chin. This particular time, they caught the coach in one that is totally legal. We had never said he couldn't wrestle. Sometimes they say he doesn't wrestle.
Scott Steiner busts into the WCW booking meeting. Listen, motherfuckers. Gotta listen to these guys. And he pulls out his Walkman, hooks it into a speaker. Called Swing. Swing gets bitches.
Well, and he showed you right there, Lance, some of the tremendous power in that upper body and the power that he has in that blow. Watch out, he's going to be double teamed now.
Honestly, he probably just went out and said it. He probably heard the name on the radio I doubt Scott Steiner has ever actually listened to Big Bad Voodoo Daddy.
Get in here. It's Kevin Sullivan. It gets a little scary when you stare at
To be honest, I'm surprised Scott Steiner never just didn't call himself the Cherry Poppin' Daddy. And was like, and when they would try to stop him, but fuck you, I'm Scott Steiner. Ugh. What probably happened is he like drove to a show with Kevin Nash. They were listening to like an alt rock station when swing would get played on those stations. And the DJ was like, coming up next, Big Bad Voodoo Daddy. And they both popped. He's like, what if I put Booty? Big Bad Booty Daddy. Kevin Nash is like, hey, yeah, man, that's good. And then Nash in the booking meeting just like scribbled it above his name. Like, that's what we're doing now.
Here comes Scott driving into the center, and he's caught down a little bit too quick. Gotta watch the crazy vent. Kevin Sullivan. Mike Rotunda takes over.
That's the most acrobatic thing Mike Rotunda ever did in a wrestling ring. Great athlete, just never did exciting things. Mike Rotunda here looks like it's hard to, so it's like back then, like in the last season of a sitcom, like the oldest son in the family would always like grow his hair out a bit because he's anticipating getting to like change, do new things. He knows this is wrapping up. He always get like a new hairstyle. That's what Mike Rotunda looks like here. For some reason, Steven, I thought you said The Rock was shaving at dinner. There are children literally jumping in the air. Tommy Young looks like he's about to pass out. What a sensational match. What an end to the show. The match is over. All right, so before we go to our final show of the evening, again, like I said, I'm back Sunday for Off the Grid. But if you can't make it Sunday, I'm always here at the Mothership, baby. Tuesdays at 9, WCW Deep Cuts Live. And here's what we're watching next Tuesday.
My report tomorrow on the hotline will concern everything you don't see on TV tomorrow at the Bash. It should be hot. Hot, hot, hot.
Welcome to another edition of NWA Wrestling
That's
Power
next
Hour.
Tuesday.
Tonight, we're going to see Funk
Don't say I ever did nothing for you, Brian.
Also, we'll have the Freebirds in a six-man tag against Eddie Gilbert, Rick Steiner, and Dr. Death Steve Williams. Also, we're going to have a TV title match, and of course, Gordon Soley presents the Wrestling News Network.
At least Jim changed suits.
On NWA Power Hour.
I love how one of the clips in the Power Hour open is of some enhancement guy beating up Ricky Steamboat. That ruled. Alright, it's like 4 shampoo commercials at once. And 4D. Do 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 do.
Hello, everybody. Jim Ross and Jim Cornette. This is the NWA.
The Cornette switched blazers, but kept the pink tie because he didn't want to grab another tennis racket cover. What a worker.
Hot stuff, Eddie Gilbert, Dr. Death, and Rick Steiner to meet the Freebirds in six-man tag team action here tonight, and we've got a lot more, including
Jim Cornette's outfit's pretty fucking gaudy itself.
And I gotta say, the biggest one in the wrestling profession right now, the Skyscrapers, Sid Vicious and Danny Spivey, 6'8" and 6'9", and they are huge. Also, we're going to be seeing Funk's Grill. He's going to have as his special guest the Total Package Lex Luger. Mr. Ego. I'm sure those two guys will have something interesting to talk about. And also, we're going to take a look at our Wrestler of the Week.
Justin.
With the Wrestling News
Fucking
Network.
podcasters.
And these people are all ready
Chat
to
me
see
up.
They are ready.
Jim Ross is going to prom.
Our television championship will be on the line.
Oh, fuck. Like, Ron Simmons was kind of an underneath guy at this point, but kind of a damn dumb match. Damn good match. Damn Doug. Horny is 27 years old. 27. We might get a banger. I don't know. Ron Simmons was kind of hit or miss early on.
The Stinger comes to the ring to take on Ron Simmons, and the World Television Championship will be on the line in this one, fans. Don't forget, still to come here on the
I love Sting dyeing the little tail on his flat top black.
We'll see Flying Brian and Ricky Stanton.
It probably took forever to do it, too.
We'll see the debut of the Skyscrapers today. Terry Funk's guest and Funk's Grill will be Lex Luger.
There are 3 people in the front row, none of whom look like they came to the show together, wearing matching white shirts with, like, light orange stripes. I think so, Yankee Hawk, yes. Cool ass Santa. Have you guys seen the pictures from Darby Allin's wedding? Sting shows up, he's got the long goatee, he's got like slick black, kinda down to here, like gray hair. He's wearing like the 80s like shades. Looks like cool ass Santa, man.
And two of the toughest on World Championship Wrestling, and Simmons is going to...
I always love when wrestling matches start out with some calisthenics. I genuinely do. It's such a great way to start a wrestling match.
And Sting not really...
Darby's wedding was Saturday. It was the day before the pay-per-view. Like a thumbtack bump at his own wedding. I would love to see guys doing, to do that. Be like, I can do more push-ups than you before the match, and then neither of them can do, like, push-ups or sit-ups. There's, like, both of them are struggling.
World Championship Wrestling.
This is the same mic setup it's been. I moved it, like, a little bit. This is the same mic I've been using for about a year and a half or so.
Scoots out to the floor. 2 consecutive and very thunderous drop kicks by the World Television.
That's right. Sting did trademark Old Man Sting, which I think is cool as fuck.
Saturday night's announcement on World Championship.
Sting's doing squats now. He's trying out for the power plant. Hey, Dwayne, look what I can do.
Simmons with that scowl on his face. Man, it certainly changed his basic philosophy as far as professional wrestling is concerned. In
What was Nick Patrick's? You gotta get in here and box him.
Ron Simmons with a wrist lock on the Stinger, who reverses. And Simmons raked the eyes there, not trying to wrestle out of it. He took a shortcut. Now right hand.
Rule enforcement in wrestling is so funny. Ron Simmons just rakes his eyes in front of the ref, and the ref's like, "Don't do that."
By the television champion.
But you can keep wrestling.
We remind all the great fans that the War Games return to the Great American Bash this year. First time ever for the War Games on pay-per-view.
Have we? We had a fake Armstrong a little bit ago. I don't think we have. I don't know if we got an Armstrong tonight, Jonathan. Don't think we got one.
Sunday, July 23rd, 4:30 Eastern Time. Call your local cable company.
Oh, man, Stinger. That old man Stinger.
For our next pay-per-view spectacular. As the Stinger continues now.
DDP was also at Darby's wedding, which I think is such a fun dynamic.
Meets the Birds in 6-man tag team action. The pompous one, Mr. Ego, Lex Luger will be the guest of...
The pompous one, Lex Luger. Mr. Ego. What a nickname.
The news of the hour. Pro wrestling will be covered by Gordon Soley. Still to come. Simmons frees himself from the predicament in a very physical way and follows it up with a big right hand. He's in a brawling mode right now. He's really not been showing us. Oh,
Mr. Ego was the Mr. Aboot of his day, yes.
Over the top rope. Simmons now for the television.
I wonder if we fundraise. If Mr. Aboot would wrestle Bottle Man on the Pro Wrestling Potluck. I'm a big Bottle Man guy.
Face right into the stairs leading up to the ring. And now Simmons has got Sting up, drops him on the security railing.
That little move from Ron Simmons there. I love that the NWA had the guts to have Sting sell for undercard guys on TV. Hulk Hogan would never fucking sell for Nikolai Volkov on like superstars the way Sting is selling for Ron Simmons here. That was cool as shit. Sting goes for the little crush on top of the head, but he does like a sit out with it. That was cool.
And Simmons right back on the attack, however, with the double axe handle. Snapmare takes the TV champ over.
Oh, Nick Patrick was pissed he had to let go of that rope. Dude, Sting's youngest looks... It looks like when Sting retired, he, like, touched hands with his son and, like, absorbed all of his Sting powers into him.
Four-time All-American honors, but in recent weeks, that philosophy has certainly been put in the locker room.
Jim Ross could not sound more fucking bored calling this match. I love it. They are, oh my god, they are so under the ropes. Ron Simmons' ass was literally lifting up the bottom rope. AJ, I don't think it was his oldest. I think it was his second oldest. Avery just debuted. Random cut to the wide cam there. Yeah, that's exactly what it was, Stephen J. Neptune, man. When they unmasked, instead of acting surprised, Jim Ross goes, "Oh, that was the worst kept secret in wrestling." A referee with bad depth perception would be a great gimmick. Like counting rope breaks when guys are nowhere near the ropes.
For the ride, no, it's reversed by Simmons. Simmons comes in, misses with the elbow. Drop kick from behind by Sting. Here comes the Stinger splash, face first or chest first. Behind him in the cradle, 1, 2, and 3.
There we go, Sting wins. Stop yelling at me, Sting. Shout out to the bulge on that cameraman. Holy shit. He's gonna put an eye out with that thing.
Victory here on the NWA Power Hour. You've heard about Film at 11? Well, the news is next. Stay tuned.
What the fuck does the Film at 11 have to do with the news? My favorite WWE referee is Jason Ayers, but he's also a close personal friend. So I'm biased. Yeah, corny, that's not even like a comparison. It's just, hey, you heard of mops? We got some apples.
Wrestling News Network. Tomorrow, here on the Superstation, a history-making announcement will be made by the current World Heavyweight Wrestling Champion, Ric
What if he announces he's dying?
Tomorrow, he will announce that he is either retiring or he is going to go on to defend his title. Now, let's examine that for just a moment, if we may. Ric Flair has joined the ranks of Lou Thesz as being one of the very few men
as being someone who did a sweet headstand once.
World Heavyweight Championship on 6 different occasions.
I always love that Terry Funk was not afraid to look awkward landing a move.
His friends, his family have all urged him not to wrestle again.
Like, so many wrestlers are like, if I do a move this way, I'm going to look weird when I fall. And Terry Funk's like, fuck it.
That indeed, tomorrow, Ric Flair will make that momentous decision and will retire from the world.
Well, yeah, I know Film at 11 used to be a common, like the movie, but why? You could say News at 11. That's the actual tease.
In the world today, I can't urge you too strongly to be sure to be watching.
It's so weird they would say Film at 11 to tease the news.
Ric Flair, the current world champion,
exactly, Justin. These kids want to be in these gifts.
In other wrestling news, Jake the Snake Roberts has suffered a severe neck injury. An operation is scheduled. He's going to be out of operation for quite a while. We certainly wish him the very best for the future.
But unlike Ric Flair, he's not a wimp. He's going to keep wrestling.
Is organizing a new wrestling organization in our 50th state, that of Hawaii, in cooperation and conjunction with the Universal Wrestling Federation of Japan. We look for big things there. The new Florida
wow, we look for big
The
things.
Nasty Boys, Sags and Knobs, they defeated the Southern Force for that title. And finally, if I may, personal note regarding Ric Flair, and I cannot help but believe that Ric Flair...
That's what he should have been like, hey man, shout out to Rick Rude for beating Joe Kazana on Superstars next week.
For the first time in the Delta Crown Room here in Atlanta, when he told me, he said, I want to become the greatest wrestler of all time. I think Ric Flair will make the announcement that he is returning. And that's the way it is.
Gee, Gordon, thanks for giving it away. Oh fuck, we got a skyscrapers squash next. I do too, Refs as Wizards. There's a way you gotta go about it, and only certain broadcasters can do it, but...
An interesting factor, I think, about the Wrestling Network News, or the Wrestling News Network...
I was gonna say, Jim, couldn't reshoot that.
You don't hide from the fact that there are other wrestling organizations out there, and you heard Gordon cover all of them. Gordon Sully, there's nobody like him, and there's nobody like
Jim Ross is like, hey, Meltzer, it's not fucking weird that we talk about the WWF.
Jim Cornette has Jim Ross. It's the same thing. Well, as Gordon Sully would say, all right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go up to the ring. You're going to see Ricky Santana and Flying Brian and
Jeff James.
And they will be flying. Let's go to the ring.
Look at this sweet-ass jacket Ricky Santana's wearing. So Al Green is, in fact, the Al Green of Al Green with the Mask fame, of Master Blaster fame, of Dog fame.
As the action gets ready to go with Big Al Green starting out against Ricky Santana from Miami. You know the whole story. Ricky's family was brought here when he was 2 years old.
Yeah, I love shoving a guy and be like, I got muscles.
And boy, what a spirited, big-hearted young man this Santana is.
Al Green also looks like he has an enlarged heart.
He's thrown back into the corner by Big Al Green.
I wish Tony would do a Wrestling News Network type segment. It'd be funny.
In which Ricky Santana went against Kevin Sullivan. Sullivan hit him with everything, but the
Poor Ricky Santana. He had to wrestle Kevin Sullivan and Terry Funk.
And this guy kept coming back. He wouldn't give it up. Sensational match for Ricky Santana.
I love that Al Green is way more jacked here than he was when he was like a pushed guy in the Power or the Master Blasters, or even when he was the Dog. Yes, Brian, you said it right when I was calling out the body. My God, he's big. Jeff James, pretty sweet mullet on him, gotta say. Not as good as Keith Steinborn. I'm surprised that's never happened on an AEW show. Like Nigel McGuinness's lower third saying, #1 in the TNA top contenders rankings for the 700th week in a row. I think Ricky Santana didn't make it bigger because he wasn't a good promo. Desmond Wolf. I love that Desmond Wolf was named Desmond Wolf because Russo Googled British names.
Maybe they could give us a better fight, but of course they're not coming around for us anymore because they're
AEW did rankings and records, but AEW didn't let fans vote on them. TNA did shoot fan votes for their contenders rankings. And every week, Desmond Wolf would be #1 contender. And then they would beat him so that fans would stop voting for him instead of just rigging them. Bram was also named Bram because these British guys. This freaking honky Yankee fucks. Honky Yankees. That's a word. Brother. We think we know things about being British.
Brian puts him back in. I mean, one right after the other. Showing them how it's done.
Looks to me like Santana twisted his knee coming down off that top rope. Once again, that's what happens when you use a high-risk maneuver. But what I'm impressed by was Brian Pillman's leg strength. He took Big Al Green right out of the ring with that leg scissor. That's not a small man. He's not
yes, there would be people Or someone would come back who Tony really wanted to have lose to someone on TV. So after being gone for 3 months, all of a sudden they would win matches on Dark for like 2 or 3 weeks in a row out of nowhere, and then lose a match on TV and then disappear again.
He's a big fan of mine.
I can't win for losing.
I can't win for losing. My favorite enhancement wrestler cliche is when they wanted to say that, like, oh, this guy that's getting beat up, he's really good. He's better than the other job guys. Is they would lie about him, like, getting wins at the house shows. See, the thing about John Gerberg, and Bix and Chris brought this up on the Between the Streets Patreon. He was a production guy under Kevin Dunn in WWE. And for some reason, TNA hired him as head of creative.
Take a look at the skyscrapers. You've been doing your math, your homework? I've been doing my math, and there's some interesting figures. Sid Vicious, 6'9", 316 pounds. Danny Spivey, 6'8", 318 pounds. They're a couple of big horses to ride, just like Dr. Death is for us. And they're going to be.
Oh man, we've heard of these job guys, which means skyscrapers won't beat them up as much. The rule of thumb for watching these old shows is if you've never heard of the enhancement guy, they're going to get hurt. Oh, yeah, TNA absolutely hired him because of Tough Enough, but hire him to like run production, hire him to, like, you know, produce segments. Don't hire him to run creative. He didn't work in creative in WWE. Hey, you cook eggs really good. Now you're running a chain of restaurants. I do not remember that, Justin, but it sounds very funny.
And they are an awesome combination. One of the biggest.
Danny Spivey wearing his 1986 fake Hulk Hogan tights that he wore in the WWF as a big, tough, mean skyscraper. Love it. Danny Spivey, you could tell, was real intimidated by Keith Steinborn's mullet because he cribbed his too. That sounds amazing. Humpty Dumpty. Yeah, so instead of hiring a bad writer to write for TNA, they hired a semi-talented production assistant. Oh, that's a great bump.
Young George South, a very personal and outstanding young man, just kicked right in the face all the way.
Oh God, he's one of those guys. Ugh. We all work with one of those guys. Oh God, Whirlybird coming. Nope. Crucifix bomb. And I love that Dan Spivey would just do the crucifix bomb in the middle of the match against something old farts would shit on him for. Yeah, that's the funniest part is, like, could you imagine John Gerberg in an actual writer's room? Not like a wrestling one, like George South making sure to bump in a natural way, but also to get himself in position to tag like a real pro. Young George South, that's an oxymoron. Damn right, Woodwolf Sam. Again, Sid, you're a heel, dude. Love it. I love it. Sid did not care. He was like Mongo in that way. I don't think so, Roy, because this is like their debut as a team. God, Sid is grunting so much. My pleasure, Sriracha. Thank you for being here.
And Spivey could hit him right there, but he chooses not to do so.
including the Road Warriors.
All right, this week in history, thanks to Stephen J. Neptune Man, June the 30th of '89, the Yankees beat the Brewers on the baseball field. Number one movie in America was Batman, and number one song in America was Satisfied, performed by Twitter's Richard Marks.
Vicious, all 6'9", 316 pounds of him, tags back in.
All of them.
And these guys will make two great power
As opposed to
forwards
part
in
of
the
him. Is that an
NBA.
option? Is part of him an option?
That would be a technical foul. Unnecessary.
He did. Sid did do it in inverted German suplex because he is Sid and just does shit. Sid Vicious, of course, famed stable, the new shit. Hey, Onyx. You should, Cecil. Yes, and you should tell everybody that you got it from Sid. I think it did very. I don't think there was set, like, it's not like now where there are set corners. Yeah, versus Wizards. Sid had been in, yeah, not too far out of Memphis for Sid. Oh! It was a broken pavement slam, not so much a sidewalk slam.
That's about the second or third time they could have won the match.
Sid's like, I'll do it, right? Nope. He tagged in just to kick the man in the gut. Y'all saw that. And then Dan Spivey does Sid's move for him. It's kind of adorable. Hey, tag me in, tag me in, tag me in. Ugh, I'm tagged out. Normally, one person can do the kick in the gut into the power bomb. The Skyscrapers needed two men to do it. Shit. That would be so funny. It'd be even funnier if the guy, he did the wrist lock, tagged out, and then Jake did the clothesline.
Lex Luger and Terry Funk on Funk's Grill. You're going to find out next on the NWA Power Hour.
Bring it down a notch, dog. That's fucking awesome, Cecil. I don't need the glory. You keep working. You keep working.
Let's go to Funk's Grill.
Oh, yes, here we are with
I love that Terry cannot be bothered to stand in frame. Like, he's trying to show off the sign, but he's standing even further off than he needs to, and nobody was like, Terry, in a little bit.
Because have I got a special guest for you tonight.
And Funk's girly.
The greatest wrestling specimen in the world today. The man that did something to Steamboat that
Yeah, grill with one L.
do in 3 hours.
Terry Funk could not be bothered to put on a second shirt to hide the fact that he taped like 7 of these in one night.
You look so good tonight. You really do.
GRW. It's the new promotion Terry Funk started. GRW.
Specimens in my day, you certainly have them. You know, I've got lots of brains in wrestling.
Why hasn't that been a thing?
You know, I guess
Terry Funk reads drill tweets.
To bring out the number one wrestler today, the U.S. Heavyweight Champion, Lex Luger. Thank you very much, Terry. Well, you are welcome.
Such an awkward way to hold up your
You
belt.
are the top contender in my books. And if I ever had a chance at Ric Flair, and if I defeated Ric Flair for the World's Heavyweight Championship, you know what I'd do? I'd get a contract with a contract and a pencil, and I'd go ahead and
I'd get a contract with a contract and a
I would
pencil.
wrestle you. You know, looking in your eye right now, I know that you really mean it, and I really appreciate that sincerity.
It was always so weird to me how they would shoot these segments.
That you
Like, there are clearly fans around, but you would never
We
know.
do have something on commentary. You know, here we are standing out here, and on national television, you laid out Ric Flair. Everyone wants to beat the man. He calls himself the man. And there he was. When the camera went off.
Yeah, Terry Funk's little dangly earring. He's got earrings, little dangly ones. Love it.
To go out there, and lo and behold, Ricky Steamboat laid out on the floor in a heat. In a heat. Exactly. But you
God,
know,
Lex is so much better as a heel. That's not ADR noise. No, it is not. It is they absolutely film these in front of people. WCW never did ADR this well. If it was ADR, it would sound like a full ass building.
NWA had some fighting champions. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to take one look at Lex.
Yeah, if you held a gun to my head and asked me where this was in the building, I wouldn't be able to tell you.
Wonderful.
Well, a lot of people are saying about Lex Luger, if you could buy him for what he's worth and sell him for
That man should be selling crystals at the farmer's market. Damn straight, Brian.
And we'll be right back.
Oh, or those are the sources close to Thomas Edward Gilbert Jr. That's the name of that team.
It's that very special time on the Power Hour. It's time for
It's that very special time where a boy and a girl, they get special feelings for each other in their private areas. And they feel the need to make love. That's how babies are made. Here, live, on the Power Hour. Terry Funk lived a lot of life in front of television cameras. More than most people.
Oh, this ought to be a dandy six-man tag team war. Here come the Birds. They say they're the greatest six-man combination of all time.
Jimmy Garvin kind of posing like a member of Raven's flock in the corner.
Is getting ready because the doctor will be here in one moment.
And their opponents now making their way to the ring.
This is great entrance music. Like, I think Hot Stuff is a very underrated entrance song. That intro with the beat, so good. Like, Eddie Gilbert knew what he was doing. But the funny thing is, okay, I'm not saying Eddie Gilbert's a great wrestler. You know, he knew a lot about wrestling. I'm not gonna say he's a great booker, but he knew a lot of things about wrestling. But he looked like a fucking goober most of the time. He looked like a goober ass dad. And this music is honestly way too cool for him. Gordy was full-time All Japan, I think, by the end of '89. Yeah, RBH. This is essentially the UWF versus the NWA. Agreed, Commodore Amigo. Eddie as a babyface never worked for me.
Hope Eddie Gilbert can keep those two big monsters of his in line, keep them focused. Who's going to be
Right.
Jimmy Garvin looks to be starting it out for his team.
The mayor who won't close the lake because the gator ate some kids at the 4th of July. Oh, yeah. I've seen some of that Randy Savage stuff coming out to Hot Stuff in Memphis. He looked badass. That's a guy that was worthy of coming out to Hot Stuff. Yeah, you nailed it, Fried McGriff. Eddie Gilbert, for a guy who always bitched about not being a push top star, dressed like a fucking prelim guy. Randy Savage had great taste in entrance music. Fame, Hot Stuff, Pop and Circumstance. Shit it. Like again, Eddie Gilbert, great wrestler. I'm not saying he's not a great wrestler. I think he's great. But he just looked like a goober.
should be a classic once it gets underway here. Steiner's waiting.
What up, March? Ooh, yeah.
I can't document that. Steiner, nice movement.
I love Rick being like, shit, he didn't get up for me to bump him yet, so I'm just going to hit the other guys. God, Terry Gordy was so good. So fucking good. He ruled. No, we just saw Scott in the last episode, Winborn. Scott was there. He just wasn't in this match. Can you be disqualified for hitting yourself with a chair? That is something we need to figure out. If you brain yourself with a steel chair, does the referee disqualify you? Or will the referee disqualify your opponent for you hitting yourself with a chair? All good, Winborn. All good. I could see that goes to Burt Furnace. Yeah. Mom's rebound. That should be a thing somebody should try, RBH. Someone should hit themselves in the balls during a match to see if the referee will disqualify them. Has a chair ever won a title by pinning someone? Yes, in DDT. Yes, 4 of these guys are in WCW wrestling in the NES, including Eddie Gilbert. Freebird's wearing those shitty blue trunks, shitty blue tights. Listen, I wasn't naming Cecil because I don't want him to feel forced to do things, but hey, Cecil, if you want to hit yourself in the balls to win a match, do it, my man. I'm sorry, Cecil. I should keep up. I knew you threw yourself through the table. Or the door, not the table. Imagining somebody, though, like giving themselves a Balls Mahoney chair shot. And then laying there bloodied. What the fuck do you mean it's not a DQ? Yeah, Mikami's ladder, yes. God, that Freebirds against Hase and Shinya Hashimoto match was so fucking weird. You know what would be funny is touch 4 corners, and I hate to turn this into you know what would be funny conversation, but a touch 4 corners match where the wrestlers aren't tied together. Like you have no restriction, but you can end the match by touching all 4 corners. Nick Patrick being very passive aggressive here because he can't hold his rope while he's counting. Yes, Cecil, yes, please. A strap match where you just take the top rope off and you just have all four corners touching each other and you go, boom, and win. We aren't even to the heat yet, man. I have a doc's like, I'm not doing that stupid shit you guys are doing. I'm Steve Williams.
Two big bulls have a total disdain for each other. Now you want to find out what it's really like, boy? Michael Hayes taunting Eddie Gilbert.
Agreed, Mr. Spiffy. Like, you watch that 93 ECW TV where Eddie's just booking himself as Lawler, but in Philadelphia, it's rough.
Takes it another turn, nice wrist lock, shoots Gilbert off, just a ball tackle by Eddie Gilbert. And Garver trying to grab Gilbert, and Hayes drop kicks Gilbert from behind.
Eddie Gilbert, or Michael Hayes with the Joshi drop kick to Eddie Gilbert. Oh yeah, I think Doc and Gordy are a better wrestling team. Like, bell to bell, better wrestling team than any pair of the Freebirds.
Gilbert now may be the one that is separated from the pack, so to speak.
The Freebirds drew more money and drew more heat, but I think bell to bell, Doc and Gordy were better than any of those teams. Why are you doing a drop kick? I mean, they did. Doc and Gordy did. They had that WCW run where Watts booked them as if they were tag team supermen. Like, I don't think you get a stronger run than what Doc and Gordy got in 92 WCW. The funny thing is, Roy, Bill Watts didn't hire them in 92. Kip Allen Fry did. It just so happened he got reshuffled in Turner and Watts came in right when they debuted. No, they were Allen Fry hires. Shit it. Like, the problem was they fucked with Terry Gordy's money. Terry Gordy's like, fine, I'm out of here. That's why this run's so short. Because Terry Gordy wasn't having any of Bill Watts' shit financially. That's why they abruptly lose the belts, and then Steve Williams just kind of sticks around by himself for a little bit at the end of 92. Hayes is slapping his hands together. That's the weirdest way I've ever heard someone describe clapping. He's slapping his hands together. Yeah, Cowboy pushed him like Superman, but Terry Gordy realized that you have to make money when you go to work. Well, the thing is, also, like, teams get multi-year runs these days. Like, FTR's been together for over 10 years. Teams, even like the teams you remember so fondly, if you look back, they're not together nearly as long as people think. Like, it's just time felt so much longer back then, you know? It's because of our stupid human brains.
Hayes, the legal man, and they have tagged in and out so quickly.
Yeah, exactly, Cecil. Austin had 6 years. Yeah, about 6 years if you kind of glue together those last 2 short runs he had. Rock had essentially 4.5 years before he was part-time. No worries, Winborn. We're all spitballing here. We're all spitballing. I mean, the fact that John Cena got as long as he did on top, that's an anomaly. Like, Roman he's even had compared to most top guys. Such a long run on top. Look at Eddie Gilbert being a little 2026 fake strong style indie wrestler there. Also, Dr. Death has done fucking nothing in this match. Dude, I love that Steve Williams jury only match. It's so funny. It's so funny. Oh, look at that wedgie. Oh, God, it went right up his ass. Wedgie press. Doc's one of those guys that will stick his fingers up your ass if it means he gets you up higher. There we go, big boys. Big boy battle. Jesus punches. Those are some good punches. And we're not getting a finish because it's all pushed guys in a TV match. No finish. Love this guy in the front row. Michael Hayes, I'll fucking kill you. Eddie Gilbert gonna swing the wrong side of the chair and hurt somebody. Ring announcer walks up to announce the finish before the referee counts 10. Love it. Such a mess. Yeah, Doc's in there doing the old robo prostate exam. All right, so that is it. Thank you all for hanging out with me the last 2 hours and change for WCW Deep Cuts Live. It's been a hang. It's been real good. Been a real good time as always. Yeah. I'll be back Sunday for Off the Grid, 8 p.m. Eastern on Twitch and YouTube, both live. So if you're watching this on the YouTube VOD, I'm not live when I'm seeing you right now. I will be live on Sunday. Twitch folks, I'm always live when I'm here, baby. See? Look at that. At the pulse. At the pulse. Before I go, like I always like to end these streams with, listen, life sucks. It's hard. Every day we find out that somebody's losing their rights as a human being, or that the world is even more on fire than it was the day before. We gotta push through, man. We gotta get to the next day and the next day and the next day. I say we can get through the next 7 days. We're good, we're strong, and we're tough people. That's all I'm asking. Get the next Tuesday. I'm gonna try my hardest, and I hope you do too. So again, this has been WCW Deep Cuts Live. My name is Tom. It is 11:13 p.m. on the East Coast. Go to bed. Go to bed. Now, I'm looking at you. Go to bed. Put your head on the pillow. Good night. Go to bed.